Hi everyone, it's Tiffany with Ready Set Crop, getting ready to do a live process video with you. Welcome to my virtual craft room. It is Sunday, November 26th, wrapping up this Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you all had a great holiday and spent it with people that you loved. Hopefully had some relaxing time and maybe some crafting time too. I got quite a bit of crafting done this weekend, so that was really nice, and have been inspired to do some layouts. And I have a Thanksgiving layout to work on with you tonight. So I have, I was going through my photos and prepping my Thanksgiving photos from this year to do, and I realized I hadn't scrapbooked last year's Thanksgiving, so I thought I should start with those. And I'm going to use the Our Moments collection. This collection came out last January, and I have used it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times already. I did a Christmas layout, I did a Halloween layout, just an April pocket page. I went to a concert and used this paper, and I did my son's birthday. So, and now I'm going to do Thanksgiving. So I've kind of been all over the place with this paper, and I really like to use paper in that way, not to use it specifically for one thing, but kind of try it in all different ways. So, you know, for me, it's kind of all about the colors more than the specifics of the collection. But this is a great collection if you're wanting to do family events, because there's a lot of kind of heritage things and things about our home and family, and really pretty burgundies and tans and things like that. So this is how I keep my collections together when I'm working on them. I keep them in a project folder, and I have this front pocket for embellishments. I have this one for mats. This pocket I keep all my scraps in, so when I have the little pieces, they go in there. And then back here, there's 2 long pockets, so I put my stickers in here. If I have the borders, I'll put them in here. And then the big pockets, I put the papers. And the other thing is I always put a Crush a Kit card in there. And so I just use a piece of cardstock and I write Crush a Kit and the collection, and then I keep track of the layouts that I do, because I just like to know how many I'm able to get out of a collection. Just one of those things that I enjoy keeping track of. So I'm going to be pulling out the Tone on Tone paper pack. There's the regular designer paper pack that has kind of like bolder patterns. But the Tone on Tone is more subtle, more just about the colors, not as bold. So I'm going to be using that one tonight. I'm going to put these away. If you watched my live on Friday morning, I used this collection to make this layout. So these were 2 papers. This is a 3rd paper from the collection, and a couple of stickers from it. So this was my son's birthday page that I used this paper on. Hi Michelle, hi Gail, hi Judy. Nice to see you. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm going to get started by choosing my papers, and let's see. Pull these out of here. These are my pictures that I have. I have one of myself and my 2 sisters, and then I have one with me and my sister and my niece, and then just one of the food. I forgot to take pictures last Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving I was a little bit better about it, so I'll have some more photos. But last year I just didn't do a good job, and that happens sometimes. So, you know, I'll be telling more of a story than focusing on as many pictures. I think I'm going to use this one to mat my photos. This burgundy is really pretty. And then I want to use this mustard color, and this brown wood grain is going to be my background. So really nice fall, Thanksgiving, rich tones with these 3. Tuck the rest of that back in here. And I'm going to be doing a technique tonight that I absolutely love with my border maker system. And I'm going to be using the mustard for that. Let me show you the sample that I made earlier, just trying it. I'm going to be using the Treeline Border Maker cartridge, and I'm going to make a circle with the trees. So rather than a straight border, I'm going to be doing a circular border. So I practiced it on a piece of scrap paper beforehand just so I could see how it would come out. And it's not perfect. You can see there's a couple of spots there. There's another little wonky spot. There were a few little wonky areas. It's not perfect, but that's okay with me. I need my cutter. I'm going to use the red blade and the jumbo circle. So I'm just going to center this jumbo circle the best I can. Yeah, Michelle, the Friday's video is available for you to watch anytime. I made 4 layouts in 40 minutes. You know, just using scraps, and it was, but it was fun. It was a fun little challenge for myself. So I'm using the red blade to cut the largest circle from this mustard paper. Whenever you're cutting from these templates, hold them down before and make sure that you've cut it all the way through, because oftentimes there's a spot that I've missed, and if you move your template, it's impossible to line it back up again. So hold it down while you check to make sure that you got it all. Now this piece will go into my scraps. I'm just going to rip these pieces, but these 4 pieces will be great scraps on another layout. I will definitely make use of those another time. So those will go right into my scrap bin. Now I have my tree line border maker, and I'm going to put it in the housing, but I'm not going to use this part. I'm just using the housing alone. And I need a pencil for this. And I am going to center this the best I can on my mat. And I'm going to mark the 4 points, thinking of a clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to find the in-between and mark those as well. So you might not be able to see them, but I have all of those spots marked. And now I'm going to do this upside down so that I can see where my trees are going. And I'm just going to find my pencil mark here, and I'm going to try to put it in the center as best I can and punch that tree. And now I'm going to go to the next mark that I made and do the same thing. I'm going to center that line on my punch and punch out that tree. And each time I'm just going to move it down to the next mark that I made, and just make sure that you tap out any of that paper that you punched out of there. Now this technique doesn't work for all border maker cartridges, so you practice this on scrap paper to see how it goes. Sometimes a bigger circle or a smaller circle is needed. You know, it's going to come out a little bit different each time depending on the shape and the size of the punch. So now I have them punched in all the spots where I made the marks, and now I'm just going to go back and fit it in between. And you can see it's not, this is where it's going to be not quite perfect because they're not exactly uniform. I didn't measure precisely, so it's going to be not exact. But I'm just going to put this in here and punch in between. And then anything that doesn't come out perfect, I'm just going to clean up with my scissors. And this is where you might get more little scraps, so you just want to make sure that you clean those out each time so that they don't get stuck. You don't want to jam up your cartridge in the middle of a project. But this is a really fun way to use your borders in a different way, and really fun to experiment with the different shapes and see how they come out. Okay, last one. my scraps. Exactly, forests aren't perfect either. Yeah, nothing in nature is perfect, so it's okay. And you know, there's no scrapbook police that are coming and inspecting our layout, so they don't have to be perfection. So this little tree got kind of cut in half, so I'm gonna give him a trim. And I'm just going around to see, like, this little spot here is a little funny, so I'm gonna give that one a trim. And that looks pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna grab that chocolate wood grain paper that was my background. Ooh, that's really pretty too. That's the other side of that mustard. I'm gonna put this a little bit off the page. So this part here that didn't come out quite as good as the rest of it, I'm gonna have that hang off the edge. And we'll be none the wiser. Yeah, that floral on the other side is really pretty. If you like elegant papers, oh, look at the other side of this chocolate. It's like a light tan with all these tiny little flowers and leaves. This collection has some really pretty, elegant papers. Nice if you like to do heritage things. Just trimming off that excess. I love how you can get the tiniest little sliver with this cutter. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my photos. I'm going to trim those, and then I'm going to mat them on the burgundy. My photo printer prints this little, the paper has a little perforated edge that comes off. I'm probably going to reprint these. My printer has something going on with it where it's printing this line in here. So I'm probably going to end up reprinting these photos afterwards and try to figure out what's going on with my photo printer. But it's been doing that for a while, and at first I thought, oh, that's no big deal, but it's starting to really bug me. So I'm going to have to do something about it. All right, so I'm going to grab the burgundy. I love this burgundy. It's so pretty. And the other side is this really pretty lavender pattern. Mat these photos on here. I have been crafting and pretty much watching Hallmark movies all weekend. Just completely embracing the schmaltziness of them and just enjoying. Yesterday I was cross-stitching all day and you know, watching Hallmark movies and cross-stitching and drinking a lot of tea and just really enjoying myself. I haven't started my Christmas cards yet, so I should make some sort of an attempt on those, but I don't even know what I'm doing. I have an idea in my head, but I haven't made a sample yet to see if the idea is going to translate. So for those of you that make your cards, you probably understand that feeling of, like, you know, coming up with an idea, but then you have to try it and see if it works, if you can execute it, and then can you execute it 100 times, because I do make quite a few cards. And it would be nice if I started them before Thanksgiving, but I'm a last minute, I work under pressure, so, you know, it's just not my style to plan ahead. Okay, so I have my 3 photos here. And let's see, 2 of me, so kind of, I guess I can do that. I don't want my head next to each other twice like that, but maybe that will work. I kind of like that. Now, then I'm going to add some stickers and embellishments and things, but I also wanted to show you what I was going to do for my title. So let me put these photos down. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do for the title. my plan last year was to take a photo of each person holding the dish that they made and then doing a layout about everyone's, you know, different dishes. But then I completely forgot and only took a picture of the charcuterie board, and that was it. So it was a good idea, and one of these years I might actually do it. Okay, so for my title, I got this package of Harvest DIY words from the Dollar Tree. So I spent $1.25 and I got 5 or 6 phrases. This is one of them, Farm Fresh. I'm not using that one on this layout, obviously, but I wanted to show you what my plan was. I wanted to color, you could leave your words just wood grain like this, plain, but I wanted to color them to match the burgundy in these photos. So I had this idea earlier and I tried it and it worked. So let me show you on the other side. This is just balsa wood, really lightweight. I don't know that it's acid free, but I don't worry about that kind of stuff too much because by the time it's going to affect the page, I'm going to be long gone. So who knows where my scrapbooks will be at that point. So I don't think about that stuff too much. But it's just a balsa wood, really lightweight. I'm going to use a liquid glue to stick it down. But you flip it over to practice because I wanted to color this. And so I'm practicing on the back side so that I could see how it was going to come out. And like I said, I wanted that burgundy color. So here's a scrap of the paper. So I tried it in the red and the red was too red. I tried the purple and that was too purple. So then I combined them and I got this color that is nearly perfect. So let me show you. This is the one I'm going to use. It says Give Thanks. And I already did most of it. Oops, no. I'm just using the Creative Memories journal markers. And I'm using the thick side. So you've got the thinner journaling side. And then you have the thicker side for coloring. So I'm just coloring right on the wood. Which is really fun. Now I did most of it ahead of time because I figured you wouldn't want to sit here watching me just color. It's not all that exciting. So I did most of it except for this K and S. So I just colored the whole thing in red, which was really enjoyable in itself and a great thing to do when you're watching a Hallmark movie. And then I grabbed the purple. Again, that's the journaling side. Here's the thicker coloring end. And I'm going right over that red. And initially when you do it, it's just straight purple. And I thought, oh, that's not going to work. But as the color sinks into the wood, it blends with the red. And it turns into that beautiful burgundy. So I was really excited about that. And I guess Dollar Tree makes these words for all different occasions. So you could probably go right now and find some Christmassy ones. The one that I got had Farm Fresh, Hello Autumn, Hello Fall, Welcome Fall, and Blessed. So, you know, some nice options. And like I said, really lightweight, easy to stick onto your project with some liquid glue. So once you have colored your letters, just flip it over. I just have scrap paper here and I'm just kind of rubbing it on here just to kind of burnish that ink and get any extra ink off of there. But it's just going to kind of burnish it into the wood a little bit. So I'm going to set that aside and pull out my layout. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. I don't put them exactly on the photos. And, you know, then I don't worry too much about it. Which reminds me that I'm going to move this over a little bit because I want room for that right there. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue and put that on the back of my letters. You could probably find words like this at Michael's and Joann's too. You know, I think they're meant for wreaths and home decor projects. but I always look at everything as a potential scrapbooking embellishment. Straighten that out. Okay, now I'm going to pull out the embellishments and the stickers and see if I have anything here that I'd like to add, which I'm sure I do. Yeah, the color is amazing, and it's just the red and the purple. I couldn't believe it. It was a fun experiment that actually worked. So I'm going to start with these photo corners, and I'm going to put these right on my main photo. I'm just, you know, dressing up my page with some stickers, and this layout is pretty simple, so I feel like I can add more embellishments than I usually do. Also because it's a holiday layout, it's fun to embellish. So I've got family, that's a nice one. Let's see, portraits of the past, so one big happy family, that's kind of nice. I don't think I'll use the borders because I already have a lot going on with the trees and I don't want to clash with that. So I think I will, maybe I'll pull this flower because it matches that, this leaf here. I love these big leaves. They're so pretty. I think I'll move this one. This big one here. And I got this big one here. Now this one can cover up this spot here that didn't come out so great. I think this one will go here, and then I can put my date on there. Put that right on the photo. I like this memories one. A little crooked. It's really fun to now just kind of add some stickers. And there's another heart. Put over there. I think that's going to be it because I still need to do a little bit of journaling there. But I think that's probably, I could put this all together now. I might do my journaling first and see if I need any more stickers because I don't want to go too crazy and then have it be too busy. But a pretty simple layout to put together and a fun technique adding the balsa wood letters. I might pull some of these gems out because there were some really nice gemstones that came with this collection. So I might pull some of these out and put them on, but I'll wait again until after I've done my journaling so that I know everything is in the right spot. Oh, there's one more heart. Put that heart over here. That's cute. That layout came together really fast. So now I have Thanksgiving 2022 in the album. I can't believe I missed it. I was all ready to do Thanksgiving 2023, but you know, there's never a time that I'm going to be caught up. I'm always going to be finding more photos to scrapbook, which I love because obviously I love doing this, so I would be really sad if I ran out of photos to scrapbook. I'd have to enlist other people to send me their pictures. Yeah, the punch technique in the circle is really fun. I've done it quite a few times on different layouts, and I absolutely love. And you can try it with other border maker punches too. So, and like I said, experiment on scrap paper with different sizes of circles because you will get different techniques. I did a smaller circle with the citrus punch, and it came out looking like a doily. It was really pretty. So it was just a small doily that I had on the edge of the page. That was really fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I do have some free time this week for some reason, so I'll probably be coming back on either Tuesday or Thursday night, depending on what my week shapes up as. But I have lots of photos to scrapbook, and I'm feeling really crafty lately. So I will be back here again another night this week. Yeah, years behind, Michelle, I hear ya. So I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.